Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, gang. Yo, I feel like this case. Let me get my words together because I've been praying, meditating, trying to just. I just feel like it's turning into a soap opera. Why did this whole King Von thing feel like it's turning into a soap opera? Like they're using this young man's death. Playing super hard with him. And it's a shame because his families are the ones who got to suffer from this mess. I mean, can't nobody, don't nobody have the authority or in the camp, or I guess Kayla don't listen to nobody. Can't nobody say, look, you need to sit down, shut up, be quiet. Like you feeding into the narrative that has killed your brother by inciting, violence, and it's a cycle that we need to break. That's why I keep saying I wish he had a stronger crew. But the two strongest ones, I guess they tried to take them out with him. And I'm not feeling Mama Duck either. You should be focused on getting, wondering what really happened with your son. The cover up with him. While you going back and forth with Kayla, go back and forth with them cameras. In front of where your son got killed. When he got shot, how many times he could have got up. Found out who didn't react fast enough or kept him in that ambulance too long, but he still should be here. That's where your focus should be. You getting caught up in some drama when your focus should always have been on what actually happened to your son. If your son was strong as a lion and people seen him getting up after he took so many shots, why didn't he survive? Look into that. Focus your energy onto that. Instead of you going back and forth with a young lady who's clearly don't have no direction. Or maybe she do have a direction. Maybe she got an agenda. You know what I'm saying? So mystery solved with one of our things, because remember I told y'all I still believe the blogs are getting paid. But for Dumb and Dumber 2, I found out that on site, it's on site, it's a blog on Instagram. And Ra Ali, that scam and fake, Lord, I don't like that girl, but anyway, she's friends with the girl, Kayla friend, the horse face girl, whoever the girl was supposed to be with Vaughn that night. But she's so proud that she was there. The narrative, put this narrative out. I was there with him, and that's who I was with him that night. Girl, if you don't shut up and sit the fuck back, talk about you where you was, because when you and Kayla there, why when y'all on y'all job of trying to keep him calm, but whatever. Yeah, so that's her girl. And she, posting her. So, last night when Belo went live, like, he tired of this. He tired of his family being put in the blogs. He said, ain't nobody else family being put in the blogs like this. He said, Pop Smoke's family. He mentioned Nipsey. He mentioned even Kobe. And, I can't remember what other rapper passed, Lord. God bless them all, because I can't remember them. But, like he said, nobody else families in the block every other day for drama. It's been almost 3 months. Find another narrative. Even Love and Hip Hop said they want to stand up for the culture, that people are dying, people are losing their lives, that they want to change the narrative. Well, you better believe I went hard in the paint on site. I don't even like Riley. You fake, phony, and you a fraud. I'm going to call him like I see him. Same way Big U blocked me when I said, why you trying to trade the trademark the TMC. What they got to do with you? You know that that was straight Nipsey. That had nothing to do with the Crips. So why would you feel like you have any right to that? When you said you made Nipsey, I knew you were suspect because God made him, so you didn't make him. He one of them scandalous Crips that put on Nipsey, that was involved with the play, that took Nipsey down. Nobody can ever tell me that he wasn't involved or he didn't know something, because he was a jealous old man, jealous of Nipsey. And him and Black Sam got into it, you better believe he has some malice. But that's a whole different story. Well, anyway, let's get back to the point. Yeah, Riley, the same one who was friends with Tahiri from Love and Hip Hop, was talking about she a hoe and all this, talking about the way she dressed. But then when she lost weight, she was put up the same type of pics. Make up your mind, honey. We know you fake. She the ones who was scamming people for shoes or something. She on a boutique. I don't know. She know how to be a scammer too, so it don't matter. She don't got good. So she cool with the girl who's supposed to be with King Von, and that's her friend. So she's posting her. Yeah, I want hard in the paint. I'm like, cause she had a miscarriage, and she didn't want nobody coming for her. She didn't want nobody doing her business. I said, this young man's mother lost her child, and he was killed in the street for the world to see. You think it's okay for you to keep up posting drama, but his family can't have peace? Instead of you saying, let's get justice for this young man or for the other 2 people that were slain that night, but you want to keep his name in drama? Why? Because beef pays, right? Respect him. Don't you want to change the narrative? I can't stand them. Always trying to make money off bull. It's just seeming, oh yes, Lord. I don't get what Mama does. Okay, and then she's threatening to put out these DMs or whatever that supposedly that was supposedly going back and forth between Von and Dud. What's on the DM? I really want to know, like, you threatened to put him out. What's on him? Because she said he was the only one who, when Duck was alive, said something. And the way she implicates it or tries to say it, always like, and I don't know, I've heard this before too, allegedly, that, you know, before Von got into this or whatever, which we know his past, she kept saying, like, you know, Dirk used him as his little henchman, you know, or whatever. I don't know. I guess that's what it was. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. I don't know. I just want to know what is on these tweets. On these DMs or whatever. What do you think you have that you want to show the world? Because I remember in one interview, I don't know if I was being sarcastic because it's kind of hard to tell him. Because this girl, I owe her an apology, I swear I do. Because she said that Von was being sarcastic when he said he wasn't going to just duck no more. And I thought, well, maybe he done moved on and it ain't going to be in his music. But was talking about them till the day he blew up out of here. But, I don't know, you know, why are you threatening to put these DMs out? What did he say? Because he did say that they spoke, and he said that they wanted peace, and they was tired of it. And they said his mother said that wasn't right. He said, well, I don't know his mother. I didn't speak to his mother. I don't know. It just seemed like a damn soap opera. Really. It's like, for the longest, I always felt Chicago had a bad cloud over it. I just did. It's just like, it just seemed like it was an omen or something. Like something. Like, I always felt in my mind the police was helping to incite this violence. They were happy about it. They wanted them to take each other out. Then when they arrested them, they, you know, like they took some big people down. And then once that drill scene happened, it's like the whole world of YouTube and Twitter, you know, because they would put what they were doing on Twitter. It's just like, it just incited the violence. And then when they started to get signed with the music, it seemed like beef soda. That's what sells. You know, sometime in my mind, because it's different, like, people can pull cards on people. Because they just want to pull cards on people. The only reason why I started making these videos about Von, because he came to my spirit and laid on my heart. And I couldn't understand, like, why am I caring about this little boy? Because to tell you the truth, that's not my age range. I heard I listened to NBA Youngboy. I knew who Von was, but there's so many new young people that I'm like, I ain't about to try to, I really wasn't trying to fit, I seen him, but I didn't really know his music that well. I did not until after he passed. And I really wish I would have looked into him before, because his personality is just awesome. That boy was brilliant. And, it's a strange thing that people that I know, God often uses people with imperfections to show other people that he can use that person to turn their lives around. Because he couldn't use a perfect person. Where you going to learn from that if they do everything right? Do you get what I'm saying? See these kids out there in Chicago that are dying like that. No, I'm not saying God wanted him to do nothing that he did. He was born in that circumstance. But who's to say that we don't know what he asked for forgiveness for, asked to help him change his life? What if he was showing people that they could come from that environment and he would help other people and he would change? Who knows? In my mind, I feel like he was evolving to be a better person. I heard that's what he said, that he was trying to stop the violence. Like, he didn't want to play, trying to get away from the guns. And he thought, in my mind, I always get that he felt like they played him. Because he wasn't in the street. He felt like this is not like when he had to go do whatever he was doing in the street. Like he said, he told the boy he was going to beat him up. And when he, they geeked him up to beat him up or whatever, he felt like it was just going to be straight hands. I always feel in my mind that he felt betrayed and his heart is broke because he was thrown off that day. For whatever reason, I feel like they gave him something. I don't know what it was. My mind don't ever be thinking about everything, but it could have been like a pill. Who knows? They might have popped a pill, put something in the weed. Who knows what it was? I just don't feel like he was off. And all that week, his eyes didn't look right to me either. But, oh Lord, what I was about to say, because God be having so much stuff going through my mind. What was I about to say? What was I feeling? Lord. Oh, yeah. I feel like he felt like he was double-crossed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, music is music, street is street, and these niggas came and killed me. And not only did they kill him, they killed him for the whole world to see. After he beat so many conditions. But then sometimes I get on my mind, like Von knew he was going to die. Like he had no other choice. Like he couldn't get a regular job. Like, he knew if he took this lifestyle, that some way he was going to have to pay. But he was going to do it so his family could be okay. And then he was willing to go. Sometimes I get that. And sometimes I get that maybe he found out later, and then he was just like, it got to be what it got to be. seems like stuff just keep repeating and repeating. Like a pattern. And if we don't figure it out, you're just gonna keep doing it. You know, the other day I was sitting here, I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, Nipsey, why me? Like, why did you come to me? What made you come to me? You know, popped in my head, lean on me when you need a friend. And I'm like, wow, because I always liked Nipsey because my son put me onto Nipsey because I put him onto Tupac and I was just like the evolution of it. And when I named my son Parrish, I named him after Tupac, kind of like really I did because his mother named him Paris Hussein Crooks to get him out the hospital so nobody would know who he was when she was being watched, I think by the feds or whatever. And I just added the SH because I thought it sounded more masculine. So instead of Paris, it would be Parrish. But in my mind, I knew it was after him. Then there was another guy that was out back at that time, EPMD. So I was like, you'd be named after two rap greats. Yeah, so that day when Nipsey passed, I remember it was a Sunday. It's crazy because my dad, I was helping my dad help him take care of him so I can get him back home. So we had a fire. And I was cooking him dinner. I think we didn't have no sugar or something because I made him to cabbage or something. So I went back to my bedroom. I think I was about to go to the store. So I picked up the phone. And I looked on Instagram. And it's made me want to cry. And I seen that Nipsey had been shot outside the store. I just threw the phone down. I knew we weren't going to make it. I'm just like, no, Lord, don't do this again. Don't do this again. Don't. I'm like, God, please don't do this again. So I went to the store, got my dad the sugar for his stuff, and I made his plate. I went back there, and I sat on my bed, and I looked out the window. I just looked up at the sky, and I'm like, he gone, and he gone. Sure as shit, I picked up my phone and announced that he was dead, and I'm like, I screamed, I hollered. My dad was like, he thought something was wrong with my son. He's like, girl, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, they took Nipsey. He's like, who is Nipsey? And I'm just like, and it just felt like a lot of good left here that day. I don't know, people don't see it the way I see it, but to me, I think Nipsey was a prophet. I just do. I think he was a prophet of our generation. Definitely know that he was a role model for his section. It's just that you only get like he says, you only get a few every generation. It was just something about Nipsey that was very different. Very different. And man, after he passed, I tell you, I'll just say something on him. Whatever. I don't know, he just started connecting me to his people. I wouldn't like go all my way to be noticed or nothing. I don't know, God always had work like that with me. Like I just talk to people. I meet all kind of people. I don't know what it mean. Like I've always been like that. Sometimes I know stuff to tell people, but I never really had people come to me. Like how Nipsey laid on me, and I just started to feel stuff intuitively about him. Like about that bitch Karen Civil, Lord forgive me. I'm like, I could never understand why Nipsey was working with that snake. I'm like, man, Nipsey, so she changed. You supposed to be a gangster. You supposed to know this girl's still a crooked. But hey, what they say about her, ain't no telling what she did to blow the junk over Nipsey so he wouldn't pick up on them vibes. And me knowing the little stuff, I can't really, there's nothing really set right with me that day about him. None of it. No, the other day when I was sitting there thinking in my mind, like, Nipsey, I said a lot of good left. He said it did. In my mind, I'm hearing it. And I'm like, nah, it just seems like we dealing with all this evil. And he's like, you is. I'm like, wow, we don't want to deal with this mess. Like, the devil just running a rampage. Like, it's just crazy. He's like, it is, but y'all have to see. You have to see the evil. You have to see what they've been doing. I'm like, wow. And they weren't counting on him, his spirit being that great to bring them people out there together. They thought, oh, if they kill Nipsey, they're going to cause some more havoc. There was going to be some strife in the street that's going to take out more of them. But his spirit's so great, he brought people together. And he's still bringing people together. Shoot, he might have led on to me. Because I was thinking, like, why me, Nipsey? And then when I saw I heard, lean on me. I'm like, well, Divine need a friend. He knew that you was connected to me. I'm like, Lord, we thinking I'm crazy, but whatever. It's crazy, yeah. I don't know, y'all. I just feel like we in a soap opera that we need. And we're not in a soap opera. Or are we? Because all the world's a stage and we merely players. They said we in a spiritual experience. We just in a physical body right now. But we really having a spiritual experience. And that's why, too, they say people connect to you because you connect to who you're supposed to connect to. Like your soul tribe, your spiritual family. I don't know. It's just crazy. I just feel like we're in a dang old soap opera that needs to end. And somebody needs to step up and say, let's make sure these people get what they're supposed to get. Seeing as though Vaughn is trending higher than Netflix. I pray to God that he did have the rights to all his music. I really pray. And I don't know why in my mind, because from all the stuff that I've gathered from the things I've been putting together, like how one day when Vaughn showed me to find a documentary for him on YouTube, and the first person popped up was Karen Civil, and I'm like, what? No, that's the connection between him and Nipsey. So I'm like, but not only is Nipsey dead, Vaughn is dead. She's supposed to be friends with Mac Miller, and I think he's dead. I think it's another person that she was associated with. They use the same people. Not saying that it be so people that's used in the parts of it. I don't know, but that Empire Record thing, I don't know why I feel when he said something about he signed some type of deal with Empire Records. I feel that man has something to do with this stuff because they go to Chicago, Texas, I know for sure, Detroit, and they sign those guys up. They be those rappers from the hood, the ones who have beef, the ones who's trending, the ones who's on the internet doing stuff. They signing them. I remember when I told y'all, to me now, I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. None of Nipsey's inner circle give me weirdo vibes. None of them give me traitor vibes. None of them. And I just felt a peace when I said that. None of Nipsey's inner circle give me weirdo, traitor, undercutting vibes. Not to me. And I know that's why I said inner circle. But now that I'm looking at Mustard, how he done dyed his hair YG. They look a straight industry now. And when I looked up Empire Records and Karen Civil, YG was the first one that popped up. He looked a suspect to me. I don't know. This bootleg thing, the black bootleg, whatever, I believe in that stuff. I believe it's an order. I really do. It's a sick world. It's sick stuff. Hollywood is sick. So the music industry is connected to all that. It's all sick. And I bet you it's stuff that they want these people to do because they control it for whatever reason. It's some sick stuff. some stuff I probably don't even want to know, but I've heard a lot of it. And once you start to hear the stuff, you be like, wow. Especially what they do to try to look young, them actresses and actors and stuff, and the rituals they claim they make these people do, drinking baby's blood and all kind of stuff. You know, I mean, you gotta believe people like Cat Williams. I believe it. Start to make you look crazy. That's when you go so high where you want to surpass certain things. They make you pay a price to do that stuff. You better believe it. You know, one day I was sitting, this is after Vaughn. I don't know where I was, and I was thinking, and I started thinking about Dwayne Wade ass. I'm like, that's why Kobe's dead. I don't believe that case in Colorado, that it was about money. But it was something that Kobe had to promise whoever I don't know what it was about, but I don't think it was about money. But it was something, maybe endorsements. I don't know, for him not to lose something, he had to agree to something. After he retired, with this agenda of trying to make people gay and trans, I bet you they wanted Kobe to mess with one of his kids or do something. Kobe disagreed. He had to pay a high price. You never seen Dwayne Wade dyeing his hair, doing all that kind of stuff. You either get down or lay down. That's how they eat. You're going to get down, you're going to lay down. People could think I'm crazy. I don't even care. Just like that video with Drake and Meek. He the only one with red and black on in that video. That's the Baphomet colors. He got his hands throwing these samples down, pointing in a certain direction. And what's crazy to me, when you see Nipsey hands, he never pointed out a finger. He just had his hands straight over one another like, nah, I'm not down with it. I know he kept saying that was a big thing between him and Black Sam, whether they wanted to use the industry to do that last rollout. Did they need them, or was they gonna still go independent? And I think the route Nipsey was thinking in his mind to get the success that they needed for all the stuff they had put into it, they wanted to get the distribution. Alright, y'all, that's nothing. I'm gonna come back later. I'm just like, it just feel like a soap opera, and it just feel like with this King Von thing, it's like it's a reason why they doing it. That's why I'm gonna look up my stuff, like, how we ever know? That's why he made sure that I got that message to Belo, because it said, don't trust nobody. Which his cousin said half the people that he thought, oh Jesus, my head start hurting. But his cousin, that's his first cousin, that's his mama's twins son. His mama's a twin. Their mothers are twins, so their mamas are sisters. I've heard him say several times that the people who they think they were so close to Von, that Von didn't even have to trust them. It's like I told y'all, that girl talking about she supposed to be his spiritual advisor. If you his spiritual advisor, you're going to get to his people. I contacted him, and he received it. I think the most message he wanted me to tell him was, don't trust nobody. Make sure y'all have y'all lawyer. Get y'all paperwork. Make sure the paperwork is straight. Get what y'all supposed to get, and just be done with it. Just make sure y'all paperwork is straight. I think that was the big thing that he wanted me to make sure they have their own attorney, make sure that the contract is right, and make sure they get paid what they're supposed to. Because if somebody, and for some reason I think by him being signed with OTF too, Dirk better make sure he paid them what they're supposed to pay him. Because if you mess up with that money, I don't know. I don't know. But then I found out, because I don't be doing all this stuff, y'all. Then I found out, because somebody got to tell me this stuff. Y'all got to tell me down in the comments. Because Dirk look just like a lame to me. But I don't know. But I know his father was some type of big type of drug man or something. Like, I don't know, I don't know. He just don't seem straight to me, but I don't know. From what I hear, after the BDs got broken up before I guess way before buying them, it was organized. It was making a whole bunch of money. Then they broke it up, and all those people, the big people, went to jail. Then the kids, I guess they was kind of unorganized. They had to come together and make their organization, doing whatever they was doing. I heard that he ranked high with those people. That they respected Von really highly in the BDs. Well, you know, the people who used to be on the street, and when they got locked up, and when he handled his business for whatever, I heard he ranks very high with them. Yeah, so I'm gonna come back, y'all. I'm just gonna, this stuff is just getting on my nerves, and I feel like before, when he was telling me to be patient, maybe he was just trying to see about all this mess going on. Now, when you be having people, it's like, when I be feeling like I can listen to his music, I start to be thinking and stuff. And you have, like, you want somebody, it'll make me like want to put my hand on my seatbelt, like how he be moving. I swear y'all might think I'm crazy. Put my hand over my chin. And my sister kept asking me, why you keep saying, you see what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't know. And I looked at some of his videos, and that's what he was saying. I'm like, Lord. And this girl that I be talking to, who was connected, somebody that I got led to, she was like, yeah, you got that. She said, you sound like that. A couple things I said to Beto, he said, that sound like something he would say. I don't know how it works. I just know what I feel, what I'm led to find, things like that. I'm really gonna think from the information I found, like I said, I know I'm rambling. I believe that Empire deal has something to do with him being killed. I believe he didn't agree to do whatever it was that you got to get down with. He wasn't agreed to it. I feel like he knew they was going to come. I don't know what the hell was up with his eyes that week. Something just did not look right with his eyes. I don't know if somebody put something over him or what. And they kept talking about some 3 witches or whatever. Because they use that satanic stuff. They do that, and they do it. And anybody that got a big spirit, especially if they pass, they be trying to harness their energy. He kept giving me the number 5. And I kept thinking, like, what was 5? I thought that might have been the 5 people there that night that knew what was going to happen. So I always thought, like, the undercover cop, that manager, Quando Rondo, Little Tim, and one of his people. I think that one boy, O Block Youngin, he looked suspect to me. And how that boy BJ, who's the one who I told y'all, the light-skinned one who was up under the blogs, co-signing about Asian nice bitch shit. So now he supposed to be there, the O Block people manager or whatever. Not saying he shouldn't step up, but you just gotta look at folks. Shit is kind of skeptical. And I'm telling you, he always gave me the feeling of he was heartbroken. Like deceit was at play. And when I pulled on him back and asked him about that night, I had got a lady holding a coin. I don't know what that meant. Maybe because the one lady said she felt like this lady who supposedly got him captured in her studio was there looking that night. I wonder, was that the lady holding a coin? I don't know. I'm about to get all the information gathered in my mind, get some clear, concise questions, and see what he wants me to ask next. Because I'm tired of this damn soap opera. We're going to crack this case. They're going to stop playing in our face. Because it's done hurt us too many times. Like, first Tupac, the world was hurt. And I'm like, dang. Nipsey, that just tore me down. Just like they take the real and leave the fake. And that's just like with XXXTentacion. Remember, he was all wild and out and everything. But that boy was always gifted. He was always a little angel. He always knew about frequencies and music. It's just like something was going on with his family. And I still don't know to this day why his father can't come over here from Jamaica. And something up for his mama ain't right. But when he took that dog collar off, they knew they could no longer control him. And that's why he had to be killed. What 21-year-old boy, 22-year-old boy, had his will already written out? And we feel these things so heavy because they're playing with their natural timelines. Mama does need to be focused on what happened to her son, what that strong warrior boy who could get up after all them shots, when he was put in that ambulance, why they didn't take right off, what happened in that ambulance, and get to sue in Chicago. That's what she needs to be focused on. Who sent them, the shooters, whatever, I don't know how that's been solved out. Find out why they didn't get your son to the hospital on time, why the ambulance didn't take right off. That's where your focus should be. Obviously, Kayla got an agenda to keep their names in the blocks to get money. I would not put that past. Like I said, if it is hooked up to the boy and all that stuff, 50 Cent, you know what streams, you know what sales. I don't know. You know, because you know he the master manipulator putting bullshit out there and keeping himself in the blogs. Alright, y'all, I'm going to come back. I swear. We're going to get some stuff popping. I just want to have something good, so like if I could tell y'all some information. Usually I have, you know, it's just been making me mad lately. It's just crazy. That's why I'm like, if you're really a truly person who you saying you're doing this, you know, people probably do it for entertainment. You know, hey, when you feel them and it's on you, it hurt. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day, but I'm going to decide what I'm going to do and come back. Alright, y'all. Bye.